think it's a joke? You think it's a joke?
Oh, that's okay, that's from her. It's okay, sure.
Let me catch these motherfuckers here, I'm gonna shoot them, you understand me? This is our fucking land here, stay on your own fucking side.
On the floor! On the floor!
If you give us a problem, I'll shoot you.
So sad, man. It's just so sad to think that people can do this to wildlife.
In South Africa, 4 rhinos die each day at the hands of poachers. For the South African green cops trying to protect them, each loss is extremely emotional, like mourning a loved one.
The particular rhino that died, but actually seen it born on the farm. For me personally, probably the biggest lesson that I'll ever learn in anti-poaching, and I just hope that the sacrifice of that one life will save thousands in the future.
South Africa's biodiversity is one of the richest on the planet. Treasured as the country's main attraction, its reserves and natural parks are among the most visited in the world. On the other hand, this wildlife also catches the eye of poachers. Among the many endangered species, the most vulnerable is the rhinoceros and its horn, a highly desired item. At its current poaching rate, in 10 years, this mammal, which has been on our planet for 40 million years, will be nothing but a distant memory. To fight against this impending extinction, Carl Thornton and Drew Abrahamson founded Pit Track in 2007, a group of 40 armed men. Ex-military, former bodyguards, but also mechanics or musicians, they have all become conservation soldiers. Across South Africa, apart from the famous Kruger Park, the government is not responsible for nature conservation. Pit Track is one of the 600 private militias that guard the hundreds of nature reserves and private parks from the intrusion of poachers. For Carl, 38, and Drew, 40, Green Cops has been their calling. Carl owns a personal security company, and Drew runs a luxury tourism company. Except for the help of a few patrons, they finance their work almost entirely by themselves.
This, we waiting for this kid to stay. I've got his one. 1, 2, 3. Frederick's got his own one. The sacrifices in anti-poaching, our operations are countrywide, all over the place. Our time away from home and away from our family is extensive, and there's a lot of sacrifice. You know, it's a very low-income game, so financially we sacrifice a lot of luxuries and a lot of things that we could have. And then for the children, you know, children always left for the same extended periods of time. It's very emotional to try and keep that all together. So it's very demanding to do what we do, but it's the passion.
Making old man noises.
My word.
Despite being out on the field for long periods at a time, it doesn't bother Carl and Drew. That's devotion. Gauteng, one of the main provinces of South Africa. It is here, 2 hours from Johannesburg, that Pittrack has signed one of its biggest contracts, the surveillance of the Plumer Tourist Reserve. Spread over more than 50 kilometers squared, half the size of the city of Paris, this reserve has 7,000 animals, including a considerable number of rhinos. At the heart of this reserve lies the Pittrack's command base. At dusk, Carl and Drew called up some members of their team, since unusual movements were detected in the park. They need to react as quickly as possible.
Okay, so we'll mix it up. So what we're going to do is we're going to proceed down this road. We're going to establish listening posts. So we will move.
Each mission is meticulously prepared. Facing them are perhaps rhinoceros poachers, often heavily armed and financed by the Asian mafia.
Syndicate poaching, obviously the worst of it all. Syndicate poaching, usually internationally driven. These guys recruit the best in the game, ex-military personnel. These poaching syndicates work at a very high level with corruption, and they target individual species. And it's really the syndicate poachers that can really drive a certain species to extinction. You know, when something like, for instance, our rhino horn becomes such in demand and becomes so valuable.
An adult rhinoceros horn weighs 5 kilos. Today, 1 kilo is sold for 60,000 euros, twice as expensive as gold and cocaine. At this price, organized crime and its network of poachers are ready to defend themselves. Going out and fighting them could be as deadly as going to war. In an attempt to neutralize their enemies, Carl sends 3 men into the private reserve in the middle of the night. It is 4:30 in the morning. After 20 minutes on the road, the driver stops. The 3 men will go on by foot in the dark until sunrise. The Green Cops know this land like the palm of their hands. Jennings and his men blend into the background to better hide from their opponents. The element of surprise is key here, even vital. Several Pittrack members have been injured in recent years. Once, one of them even got shot 17 times during an ambush. But today, the danger is less apparent. The poachers that the Green Cops spotted did not come to hunt rhinoceros.
These guys at the bottom, they drop them at the bottom of this field before we get to the river. They drop them there by that road, and then they come in and they cut the wood and set the snares and have a bush kitchen, set up a bush kitchen the whole day.
They are wood poachers and bushmeat hunters, not the expected big game poachers. Things can get messy though.
Alpha for hotel, over.
Copy on Mike Hotel, Alpha Romeo on their way. Over.
A few kilometers away, Jacu Pinar, 20 years old and the youngest in the group, joins Jennings and his team. The Poachers of the day, a family of villagers from the area.
Leave! 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 Come, get out. Put the handbrake. Everybody sit. Come. Sit on the back. Look at this. Look at this.
The Bushmen looted a few kilos of wood and planned to sell it on the roadside or at a gas station. Many of these small farmers live below the poverty line. Bushwood is often an essential supplement to their income. That's not enough to convince the young Pinar.
Come. Sit. Listen, listen. This is not the first time. Hey, keep quiet. It's not the first time. Sylvester, where is he? There, we've arrested him before. It's the second time I've caught him now. He's telling, no, we never come back, we never come back. See this vehicle? It's loaded wood before. It's not the first time.
Give me the key, then I'm going to skin.
And then tomorrow you come back.
No, I will never come
listen,
back.
Listen,
Never
listen.
come back. I will never
No,
come
no,
back
no, no,
again.
no.
Please, I will never come back again.
As far as preservation of animals go, it doesn't rely to species in specific. It relies to everything, you know. So as we deal with the bushmeat poaching and with the wood poaching and with the lion bone trade and everything else, all of these things are linked. So this is it's a biosphere and it's a very fine balance on how everything works. You lose a bee and the bee stops pollinating the flower, and the flower doesn't produce fruit, and the fruit doesn't produce new trees, and everything starves to death. So everything works to a balance, and if we can't protect everything within that balance, we're going to lose everything anyway.
Photos. Put down your cell phone. Put it there in your pocket. Come. Sit. Take off your cap. You think it's a joke? You think it's a joke? You think it's funny?
No, sir.
Now you take your stuff and you get out of here. If I see any one of you again, including you, it's your second time. Second time, am I right? Yes. If I see you guys again.
This time, there's just a warning without a fine. The Rangers let their suspect go. But just 5 minutes later, Pinar and his men come across the perpetrators again.
Is there another vehicle inside?
No.
It's the only vehicle.
Only us.
Police station.
The cutwood, it is a rare species. This time, the offense is more serious.
Kan jy my gou terugbel op hierdie nommer?
With no authority in this area, the green cops must call the police.
Why every time we arrest someone, it's for a funeral, it's someone's birthday, it's a party somewhere. Why every time there's a big story about it?
It's the first time we come.
First thing, you trespassing. Second thing, it's a MITP, it's a malicious damage to property.
Okay. That's a belief, man.
No. I don't take bribes. I do my job and I do what's required to do. So you're going to be waiting there until the police comes, and then we're going to follow them all the way to the police station. So you're going to make them follow you all the way to the police station?
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you very
Must
much.
drive in front of us. If he give us a problem, I'll shoot him. Today I'm ready for.
Once at the station, the police discover under the heap of wood the body of a gazelle killed for its meat. In the end, these poachers will be fined 85 euros. Quite expensive for the locals. In theory, they should be summoned to court, but corrupt bureaucracy and the lack of necessary resources result in a flawed justice system. Meanwhile, on the other side of the province, Carl and Drew have been called in for an operation of a different scale. They travel 450 kilometers in their pickup truck, which also serves as a mobile office. This time, it's not about poachers, but something that has happened at a lion farm.
Hello, are you still on your way?
Yes, we're still on the way, about 15 minutes. I'm sure we'll find it, but I'll phone you.
Oh, great.
All right.
Around 200 lions were raised and then killed for their hides and especially their bones. It was a local journalist who originally made this disturbing discovery.
So what is this? What is the content of this story, man?
The content of the story is he's the manager of
Predator Pride.
Of Predator Pride. He's working for this Yuan Pew that's selling the lions.
This is a barbaric business, and it's all just to make a drink. It's a mixture of crushed bones and rice wine that, according to some beliefs, can heal anything and everything.
Can you send these to me?
Yes, it's the one that
Please.
Holy shit. No,
Oh, that's okay. That's from her name. Okay, perfect.
Cool.
Look there.
Yeah. So that's what's happening at this place. They are processing all the lions that come there. They sedate them, then they shoot them in through the ear, and then they boil the entire lion to obviously their skin at first. Then they boil to get the flesh off of the bone, and they sell the entire skeleton it gets exported to the east.
Yuan Pew and his wife's name is Amanda Pew.
P.I.O.
P.I.O. Just P.I.O.
The Chinese speak of tiger wine, but as there are almost no tigers left in Asia, in recent years, traffickers have resorted to lions in Africa. As absurd as it is, this activity is legal in South Africa. Firearms are useless in this case. Carl and Drew will therefore have to look for a legal loophole such as cages that are too small or insufficient veterinary checkups.
There's a whole lot of contravening of the law that is taking place here, and it's a very strong possibility that if we gather everything correctly and everything properly and
build a proper case,
build a good solid case around the whole thing, that we will be able to shut this place down.
Getting detected is out of the question. Used to covering up their tracks, Carl gets resourceful. Now incognito, the two can resume their investigation. Lion farms are normally enclosed with electric fences. After about 20 minutes in the savannah, Carl and Drew come across a suspicious building.
It's just like it's got outbuildings, a lot of outbuildings. It looks very like processing. It doesn't look lodgy, not at all. But it's got a palisade, a green palisade fence around it, no electric.
It was a dead end, but not for long.
There's a strong possibility they emptied this camp because it's right next to the road.
Yeah. What is that inside this camp or is it in the adjacent camp?
What, the branch?
Yeah.
This one.
Is it in this camp?
Yeah, it's like a dead...
Is it a dead tree?
It's a dead tree, yeah.
Oh, okay.
This is about oh, fuck. Look right ahead of you. There's two white lions lying on the side of the road.
So this is breeding, man, because it's 2 males and 2 females. They're all male. But that one with its back turned to us is a male. Okay, sure.
They will be shot and processed and shipped off to China. This is the processing farm and breeding farm. There's more lions in that enclosure over there. So this is where they are processing they obviously shooting the lions from 3 years of age and processing, boiling their bodies and shipping them off. So this is the place that we've been speaking about.
I see these lions in the wild, man, and see them in their natural habitat, and just see how everything works to a balance, and then you get some money-hungry, greedy human being that's got to go and trap them into the enclosures and force-feed them just to process them for bones, you know, no value to life, no value to the king of Africa. I mean, these animals should be respected. It's an iconic species of our country, and to see it like this it's actually it's heartbreaking, completely heartbreaking. So sad, man. It's just so sad to think that people can do this to wildlife, you know, to take such a beautiful creature and farm it for its skeleton.
Three months after our filming, Carl and Drew finally got the police to investigate the farmers. The Green Cops have promised to put an end to this farming, but before they can succeed, dozens of lions will still die in order to satisfy man's greed. Limpopo Province, in the country's far north. Another reserve, another contract for the Green Cops. When they are not protecting the local wildlife, the pit track men train their dogs out on the field.
So, you know, when protecting animals, nothing better to protect an animal than another animal. You know, animals have all those attributes that people don't have. The ability to be able to see at night, hear at night, follow scent. So where we become blind and maybe our hearing's not so good, the dog, he can be our eyes and our ears for us in the bush. Anti-poaching units that don't use canines have got really no ability to apprehend suspects and no ability to be able to follow suspects quick enough in order to actually make an apprehension.
Okay, when we stand off, it's one at a time. Halt.
Contact front! Contact front!
Yeah, so the important thing is that the dogs, they need to accept the game.
Get on the floor! Get on the floor! On the floor! On the floor!
So dogs are naturally wolves, and wolves naturally want to hunt game. And training the prey drive out of the dog and training the poacher drive into the dog allows us to follow people and not animals.
Right, men, put the arm on. Okay, all clear!
I would say a dog is irreplaceable by man or machine in anti-poaching, and in my opinion, the best tool anti-poaching has. If they had to give me a choice between my firearm or my dog, I would take my dog.
Hey boy, yeah.
As soon as the training finishes, Carl receives a call. Some suspects have crossed the reserve enclosure.
Yeah.
These pit bulls can sense the tension. They serve as a deterrent.
Guys, jump this fence, yeah. You must tell all these people you jump my fucking fence. It's over. Ja, Bon. Ja, nog net gespring. As hulle spring, ek skiet. Klaar, ek maak vrek. Dis my fucking plek hier.
Why would they shortcut from there to there?
Check out big puppies.
He jumped here. We saw him fucking jumping here, man. Let me catch these motherfuckers here. I'm gonna shoot them. You understand me? Yeah, you fucking tell everyone. This is our fucking land here. Stay on your own fucking side. Yeah, you tell.
Wat ek die mense hier so vang, jy verstaan, ek weet nie wie staan man, ek weet nie of jy geweer het. So kom sien ek fucking skiet.
Nes daai mense van met die trap maak hier so. Dis hulle spring hier so as hulle kom die goeie skoop hier kan. Sal hulle sê, maar hulle klap gesien is nuwe draad, hulle kan nie gespring.
Nee, hulle weet mos, die mense hulle worry nie. Soos nie hulle betaal die draad nie.
Everything in this game needs to be proactive. We can't sustain population figures by being reactive. We need to be proactive.
Yeah, nothing. They say this place is very fresh.
David, 35, is very experienced in animal conservation. An excellent tracker, he is often the first to find the clues that can be traced back to the poachers.
Yeah, something wrong here. What? You remember when I said this fucking thing? I don't know why it's fucking.
There it goes.
Yeah, check there.
Up the mountain.
Delta Sierra message over. We are in the corner of a cabbage patch. So we found the spore of a turkey. It seems look like as if it's an all-star time. It's plus or minus 30 to 45 minutes. Let's go, guys. You see, even on the road. So, it's hard. He tried to hide his spawner. He's doing under-tracking. So we must find it. Where did he move? He's doing 360. Because now we lost the spawn. So we are busy checking for what is going on around you. And around everything is here. Okay, he found the spawn now. Let's go into him.
Tracking them down is above all a matter of time. They must act quickly. Each passing minute reduces the chances of finding the suspect. After 15 minutes on foot, the poachers' tracks lead the green cops to the neighboring village. In this area, attached to the reserve, the green cops are entitled to search homes without warrants. Hidden by the villagers, or having already fled, the suspect will never be found. The operation is like finding a needle in a haystack, but thanks to their responsiveness, at least Carl's men have prevented the intruder from killing an animal. A small consolation, after doing a final round of the village, the men eventually find an impala carcass, poached 2 days ago by the looks of it. Given the magnitude of the task and despite all their efforts, these conservation soldiers are not enough to protect the incredible wildlife in these sanctuaries. Jack Kroonge, 42 years old, is a former bodyguard. He joined Carl and his team 12 years ago. It's a job that has given meaning to his life, even if it's not without its risks.
Besides the poachers that want you, you've got all the animals that you're in their territory. They boss, you're just a guest. You've got snakes, you've got leopards, you've got lions, you've got spiders, scorpions, even antelope are dangerous, you know. I mean, a bushbuck, kudu's, wrong place, wrong time, they're going to kill you, you know. So I think it's definitely one of the most dangerous jobs in South Africa at the moment, or even in the world. But somebody has to do it. I think it's one of the most important things because that's what South Africa's got, is only animals. Look, we've got minerals and stuff, but animals is what the rest of the world doesn't have, which we do. See, here's a skull. Top part of the jaw, bottom part. They took the horn off when she died. They removed the horns. There's the bottom jaw. Look at the skin after 2 years. Still, smell still going in. This rhino was poached the 19th of December 2016. We were called in that morning after this rhino was poached. The male and female were shot. The male died at the bottom there. They got his horn, but the female ran up this side. We protected her right through the night, but her shoulder was shattered. We couldn't do that, put her out the next morning. That's a failure. That's the way I see it. As man, as owners or whatever, we couldn't protect this. You know, so I feel all this is due to man. Man has created this problem, and man is making this problem bigger. You know, we're not doing what we should do to protect these animals. We leave it where it is. Comes from the earth, it goes back to the earth. So look there, there's no grass growing here. This was exactly as this grass growing around over there. And exactly where this carcass was laying. Ground is dead, nothing grown. And this is 2 years later. So it's a sign to say, look, something bad happened here.
Three years ago, Carl and his men experienced something unforgettable. They participated in a large-scale anti-poaching operation, during which several rhinos were hunted. At least one of them died. The police were sent in. The case was taken very seriously.
Okay, we can't find the big bull. Okay, there's two things. Also, it's positive or negative.
Yeah.
Positive is hiding somewhere.
Yeah.
All right, and
Negative
in the
is-
shade. Okay,
sure.
that's a positive. No way he's lying with his leg in the air.
Okay.
The mom and baby is the back side, other side of Graham's house.
Okay, copy.
In that surroundings there. All right.
Copy.
We followed them twice. There's no marks on them.
Okay.
Okay, it's only this two.
The first victim was a 5-year-old male. Like a crime scene, many experts were at the scene to detect the maximum number of clues. After shooting him with a very large caliber, the poachers cut off his horn with a chainsaw. It will be made into a powder and used as an aphrodisiac for rich Asian customers. A few hundred meters away, a second rhinoceros was shot down. A 14-year-old female.
Yeah, okay, so this rhino, the one that had been shot in the shoulder, has been suffering the whole night. The whole shoulder inside is all shattered into little fragments. They're busy now trying to dig out what's left of the shoulder and see if they can find a projectile to positively identify the caliber used. It's a mess, it's a big mess.
The the savannah is in mourning. With deep sadness, the Green Cops also discover that the female was about to give birth. It's a sordid affair, one more in the long blacklist of poaching in South Africa. But this time the leaders of this massacre were unmasked, which is a rare occurrence.
I want to see where these guys came in and where they came out. We got our investigators on board, we locked down the whole property, and then we started with an intense polygraph and voice stress analysis investigation, of which 12 members out of 24 that were on the ground failed their polygraphs for direct involvement. So the matter is still under investigation, and we are still pursuing to getting to the bottom of exactly what happened. I say in my unit now, in God we trust and the rest we test.
So what solution is there to poaching when corruption is also rife among those who are supposed to fight against these mafia networks? In the north of the country, founded in 2001, is a very unique sanctuary, an orphanage for baby rhinos whose parents were killed by poachers. At this secret location, nearly 300 young rhinos are cared for on 22,000 hectares of land under high surveillance. It is here where Carl, Drew, and their men work most of the time. Once a year, the rhinoceroses get their horns cut, but even when trimmed, they continue to attract poachers.
I know we want to, but on the camera we don't want to be too close to the rhinos because it's just shown it's like pets, you know, so that's not what we want. Hey, Oz. This is day shift protection on the rhinos. They're free roaming, they walk where they want to, eat where they want to. The guys will stay on them 24 hours a day. During the day it's a bit easier because you can see them. You can follow their spoor, and 90% of the poaching gets done in the early hours of the morning. The risk escalates at least 3 times, 4 times. But this is a crucial part because they can come in and watch what's going on during the day, so still have to have eyes on and see what's going on. But it's basically just a protection during the day. Got the guys just keeping them roughly in the same area, eyes on, counting them every hour, make sure that they've got their 20 rhinos that they're looking after. And that's basically how it gets done.
This morning, Petronella Newwood, former police officer and founder of this orphanage, takes care of a young resident who arrived just 2 days ago.
This is a baby that arrived with us on Sunday, and early morning they heard some shots in the Kruger National Park, and they rushed out to the scene, the anti-poaching team, and they found a dead rhino, and her horns were cut out and hacked off. And then they found this little rhino baby. He's about a month old, and they also tried to kill the baby. I think he wanted to be with his mom, and he was bothering them while they were basically trying to hack her horns off. We just at the moment getting everything ready to clean his wounds, where they cut him with a machete and axe him with a machete. Do remember when they're this age and they're this small, we're also sitting with the risk of that shock and dehydration and a lot of blood loss.
A veterinarian is called in for backup. The young animal has been injured in several places by a machete. For 2 hours, under anesthesia, the young rhinoceros will be treated.
So you put this on Sunday, huh?
Well, it worked well on his nostril yesterday. On Sunday. Oxygenation 88. 98 oxygen.
We think the calf was trying to protect his mom, and he was trying to get them away from the mom more than anything else, yeah. And why they didn't shoot it, I think the reason was because they didn't want to use another bullet. Otherwise the rangers hear the bullets. And sorry, they hear the gunshot.
Stay with 24 breaths. Stay 24 breaths per minute.
The front toe for the rhino is very important. So, and we actually need to keep the rest of the toes open, because otherwise you almost create a problem later on. And it's basically like a horse hoof. So if you look at the back, it also cuts through a little bit there, and then this bit is very sore. So we try and keep it close and then change every 3 days, properly cleaning and so on. Okay, look there. Come have a look here. The plan is so that it hooks, so that we can put it together without necessarily put more holes in this.
Still 24 breaths.
We need to save every single animal, and this is a survivor, so you don't want the lions or the hyenas to also take another generation out. We need to save every single rhino that we can.
The orphanage is sustained by private funding, but also thanks to many volunteers. Many are tourists from all over the world who are willing to pay a hefty price for their stay there.
Hey! Come! Summer's that side, guys. Who's on the? There's the master of disaster coming. Right. Come.
Tanya's name means light. So she's like shining. She's a beautiful shining rhino. Massive animal. And you can see she's drinking too fast. Come, we need to go to the scale.
You have her.
Some days after, Petronella returns to see the young wounded rhinoceros.
Yay! He's like that ready. He was ready. Come, Papa. Come.
Now standing, this beautiful baby is at 70 kilos and seems to be doing much better.
They normally, what I can tell you, they're normally very skittish for shades. Because we have to remember their eyesight is not perfect. Their smelling and the hearing are very good, but the eyesight is not that good. You're walking very nice. One of the most important things for us is to find babies quickly. And because of a canine unit and the abilities of a dog to find a little one quickly in the veld after poaching incident can help bringing costs down on helicopters, on flying hours, on time in the veld. So if this animal, if we can link Arthur to a dog and teach the dog from small to be able to smell rhinos, baby rhinos, it can help a lot in future. So that Looney can carry on knowing what a baby rhino smells like and how it looks like, so that she can know what to look for in the veld. And then when we release Arthur one day with a group of other animals, that they're also not scared of the dog handlers that needs to protect them. That is the plan, is to preserve a species. So I'm very excited to see what the two will do to each other.
After a transition period in this enclosure, the young rhino will be released into the reserve.
Rhino horn is nothing more than your nail. It's keratin, it's like your hair. So they do use rhino horn for many different things. They think it will help for all sorts of ailments. But if you think about it, that's just a belief. That's just a belief. There's nothing proven in the medical world about that. So, if we think about creating awareness on the emotional side, the person that purchases it as an artifact or for wealth or for health situations doesn't understand the emotional side. So the belief is that's a wrong belief. It's not the truth. There's no medical proof that will work. So please explain to me, the people that's using it, if you created death and brutality and murder and break up families, how can that lead to things like wealth and will make you cure your cancer? That just doesn't make sense at all.
As winter approaches, Petronella and the volunteers prepare by rounding up the rhinos, who have become a little too close to humans to feed by themselves. For their winter migration, the rhinoceroses are accompanied by bodyguards.
Protection, so this is like immediate asset protection. This would be like bodyguarding of rhinos. So when they're in a group, it's easier to protect a whole group with all the individuals together.
You must come around.
So the rhinos naturally form their own crashes. So we've got several crashes on these properties. This is one of the crashes. So we've got guys that perform an all-round protection area for outside observation, the fence lines, and take control of the high ground. And then in case they miss something, poaching syndicate or something slips through, you want immediate protection on the crashes as well. Rhinos is not my favorite animal. You know, it's not about the rhinos themselves. Never really had a particular interest in rhinos. It's more the rhinos that chose me and not the other way around. Not myself that chose the rhinos. So I think it's the dire situation that they're in. And being such a great land herbivore has really given me the inspiration to wanting to help the species, you know, to stop the species from going extinct and to give them what they deserve, which is right of life. And you know, to think that they've been roaming on this planet for 40 million years, and now in the 21st century they're on the brink of extinction with less than 20,000 left on the planet. It's important that we focus on those species that are really in need.
You know, a lot of people across the world don't think that there is any sort of soul in animals, and because we do what we do, we see that soul on a daily basis.
The reality is that these rhinos are not safe, and the war is always coming. Those dynamics will never change. We're going to be fighting to protect species for the rest of time, for the rest of humanity's time on planet Earth. Is going to keep the threat there, and it's going to be up to good people and good conservationists and good rangers to fight that war. And I can only pray that the end battle is won and that we have rhinos for the future.